Document Tingz, bringing truth to the light. Paper trail strong, yeah, we reading it right. From the docket to the drop, every case, every scene. I'm your courtroom reporter with the facts in between. Yeah. Document Tingz, bringing truth to the light. Paper trail strong, yeah, we reading it right. From the docket to the drop, every case, every scene. I'm your courtroom reporter with the facts in between. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now we're here to get into a court update. So get your snacks, get you some water or something to drink, have a seat, and let's read, okay? So we're here to get into Megan Thee Stallion versus Milagro Elizabeth Cooper. Now, before we actually do that, let me make sure I have my copyright disclaimer under section 107, as y'all see there scrolling by below. Simply saying that, hey, this is fair use. I am not a paralegal. I am not an attorney, and I am not a judge. I am just simply saying that, hey, I know how to read. And without further ado, here is the actual court document, okay? Now, this is a joint pre-trial stipulation. So as you can see here, a short, concise statement of the case. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's continue. Plaintiff Megan Pete, professionally known as Megan Thee Stallion, is a recording artist and Florida resident. She alleges that defendant Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, a Texas-based social media personality, has engaged in a campaign of defamation, harassment, and cyberstalking. According to plaintiff, defendant acting in concert with Daystar Peterson, also known as Tory Lanez, and others, published knowingly false statements accusing her of perjury, mental incapacity, and alcoholism, and promoted a non-consensual deepfake pornographic video. Plaintiff also asserts that defendant's coordination with Mr. Peterson and others associated with him to perpetrate this campaign of harassment amounted to extreme and outrageous behavior that caused her severe emotional distress. Plaintiff seeks relief under causes of action for defamation per se, promotion of an altered sexual depiction under Florida Statute 836.13, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Defendant Milagro Elizabeth Cooper denies the allegations in the second amended complaint. Ms. Cooper denies all of Ms. Pete's allegations. Ms. Cooper denies acting in concert with Mr. Peterson to harass and defame Ms. Pete. Ms. Cooper asserts that she is a social media personality who reports on many topics in the hip-hop community. When discussing Ms. Pete with her audience, Ms. Cooper expressed her opinions about Ms. Pete, just like thousands of other individuals. Ms. Cooper admits that she called Ms. Pete's credibility into question. However, Ms. Cooper asserts that Ms. Pete is the cause of her own public ridicule because Ms. Pete has admitted to lying and manipulating individuals when it is convenient for Ms. Pete. Ms. Cooper asserts that she is not the cause of Ms. Pete's emotional distress. So let's get into B. Okay, so this court has jurisdiction under 28 U.S.C. 1332 because plaintiff is a citizen of Florida. Defendant is a citizen of Texas. And the amount of controversy exceeds $75,000 exclusive of interest and costs. C, the plaintiff raising the issues. Plaintiff's second amended complaint, which is docket 37. Defendants answer in affirmative defenses to the second amended complaint, which is docket 38. And then D, a list of all undisposed of motions or other matters requiring action by the court. So let's get into one. Plaintiff's motion for sanctions for spoliation of evidence as presented during the August the 7th, 2025 evidentiary hearing, which is on docket 107. And then E, a concise statement of uncontested facts, which will require no proof at trial with reservations, if any. So as y'all see here, there are 6. So let's get into number 1. Number 1, plaintiff Megan P., also known as Megan the Stallion, is a professional recording artist and a citizen of Florida who permanently resides in Miami, Florida. 2, defendant Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, also known as Milagro Grams or Mob's World, is a citizen of Texas and resides in Houston, Texas. 3, defendant admits that she has operated social media accounts at various times, including under the username at Mob's World, and that she has editorial discretion over content published on those accounts, subject to the platform's terms and conditions. 4, defendant was present in the courtroom during the December 2022 criminal trial of Daystar Peterson, also known as Tory Lanez. 5, defendant selected like on at least one X, formerly Twitter, post on or about June 8th, 2024. Defendant denies that this act constituted promotion of any altered sexual depiction. 6, on December the 23rd, 2022, Mr. Peterson was found guilty of 3 felony charges arising from the July the 12th, 2020 shooting of plaintiff. And then here go F. A statement in reasonable detail of issues of fact which remain to be litigated at trial. So as y'all can see, there are 7 points here. So let's go ahead and get into number 1. Okay, so number 1, whether defendant published false and defamatory statements accusing plaintiff of perjury, alcoholism, and mental incapacity. 2, whether defendant promoted or disseminated an altered sexual depiction, deepfake, on plaintiff. 3, whether defendant's conduct rises to the level of actual malice. 4, whether defendant conspired with Daystar Peterson or others to defame or harass plaintiff. 5, whether defendant's conduct caused plaintiff substantial emotional distress or economic damages. 6, the total amount of damages sustained by Ms. P as a consequence of Ms. Cooper's conduct. And then lastly, 7, whether defendant conduct warrants punitive damages. Now let's get into G, which is a concise statement of issues of law on which there is agreement. There is 5 bullet points here. So number 1 is the court has jurisdiction over the parties and the subject matter of this lawsuit. 2, venue is proper in the United States District Court, Southern District of Florida, Miami Division. 3, Florida law governs the state claims. 4, the parties agree and stipulate that any mention of improper character evidence concerning Ms. P history has, as discussed among the parties during pretrial conferrals, is inadmissible at trial unless the plaintiff somehow opens the door to such evidence. And then lastly, 5, the parties agree and stipulate that neither party shall make any comments or arguments related to the size of either party's legal team, the expense of either party's lawyers, or the number of attorneys representing each party. And then H, a concise statement of issues of law which remain for determination by the court. And as you see, there are 4 bullet points. So we're at the bottom. All right. So number 1, issues raised by the parties' motions identified in section 4 above. 2, whether a cyber stalking injunction is warranted after receiving the jury's verdict. Now I'm going to pause here. Now, if you take a look back on my X page, this was last year, I did post that cyber stalking injunction. So just scroll back down on my X page. You will find where she did file for that particular injunction. Okay, so let's continue. Number 3, whether plaintiff is entitled to attorney fees under 836.13 Florida statute, and if so, the amount of attorney fees and costs reasonably incurred by Mrs. Pete, which will be presented to the court in a post-trial motion consistent with SD Florida LR 7.3A. Okay. Now, whether Florida statute 836.13 infringes on the defendant's First Amendment rights. Okay, so let's get into it. So as y'all can see here, we're going to get into some exhibits. So this is an exhibit list that is below. Now we're on page 5 of 60 pages. Okay, so we're going to get into exhibit lists, witness lists, estimated trial time, and estimated attorney fees. So if we keep scrolling, we're going to get into exhibit A. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the page up, give you a brief moment. That way you can pause the video and read over the exhibit list. Now, as you see right here on the top, this is the plaintiff's exhibit list. Okay, now after the plaintiff's exhibit list, then it will be the defendant's exhibit list. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll and I'm going to stop for a brief moment, give you an opportunity to pause the stream and read, and then we'll continue. Okay. 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 Now, all of this will be in the description box. Okay, so you'll be able to take a look at this actual court document. But if you're just glancing and don't want to actually open the court document, that's why I'm doing this here. Otherwise, it will be in the description box below. There is a lot of things on the exhibit list for the plaintiff, as y'all can see here. A lot of text messages. Oh, now that is interesting. Like, let's pause. So she lost the deal. Megan Pete's records regarding lost deal. Megan Pete's medical records. Then you see a lot of Milagro Elizabeth Cooper's actual tweets, text messages, and police report. Okay. Okay. A lot of things is being submitted, as y'all can see here. Tweet on a oh. There's a lot of evidence, if y'all are paying attention, a lot of evidence from the plaintiff. Look at all this. We're at 386. And this looks like this is the ending page. 413 pieces of evidence from Megan Thee Stallion. 413. Okay. Now, let's get into Exhibit B. Okay. So this is the defendant exhibit list. So it looks like Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, she's submitted video of plaintiff in the pool, which we all know what happened at the pool at Kylie's house. Then she's posting the documentary from Amazon Prime of Megan Thee Stallion. And it looked like that's it. Now, I do have a question. This is my personal question. Milagro Cooper press pass for criminal trial. We've already played the audio on that. That came after. And that's my opinion. We've already played the audio clip of her saying that she was with the family. She didn't need a media pass. And we've already done clipped, gotten, posted the actual audio of the actual station head. So let's continue. That's my opinion alone. All right, so we're on Exhibit C. So if y'all take a look here, this is the witness list expected to be called. This is for the plaintiff. Okay. So Megan Pete, Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, Sunstar Peterson, Emil K. Holland Briggs, Dr. Leonore E. Walker. Ooh, that's some tea, y'all. Some tea right here. We got some tea. That's some tea. Anyway, so let's continue. Daniel Kinney, Travis Ferris, Marissa Simon, Laura York, Nika. Oh, I ain't trying to butcher that, but y'all see that. That's Nika. Forensic expert related to late productive discovery. That's some tea, y'all. Some tea right here. We got some tea. Custodial. Ooh. Authenticating witness. Y'all see that, right? Daystar Peterson, Caesar McDowell, Livingston Allen, Antonio Toll-Free. And that's the end of that. Now we're on Exhibit D. Now, this is the defendant's witness list. Ryan Stogner, Carl Crawford, Kelsey Harris, Jason Lee, Chelsea, Livingston Allen, Joe Button, Michelle Shore, Daystar Peterson, Sunstar Peterson, Kylie Jenner. Girl, there's some tea, y'all. There's some tea, girl. Some tea, girl. Now, you know, now, my opinion, guys, this is my opinion. Kylie Jenner is not finna show up to no courthouse. Yeah, but my opinion. Allison Givens, Dr. Anthony Lofredo, Desiree Perez, okay, let's continue. Dr. Milton Little. And that is the end of that. So what do you guys think? Again, this will be in the description box below. Tell me what you guys think. Things are heating up, but at the end of the day, we will not know what's going on until trial starts. Now, we can all form our own opinions, but again, it's just our opinions. But until trial starts, what do you guys think? Now, if you like what you see today, like, share, and subscribe. And there is more where this came from. And as I always say, when you lead with integrity, you never, ever have to worry about somebody questioning your loyalty or your intentions. And with that being said, I hope y'all have a good one.